Listener discretion is advised.
Well, no, but you just be like, hey, I'll video myself doing a zippy just for you. I'll make direct eye contact with the camera while I'm doing it. And then I'll take said zippy and I'll mail it to you. I'll mail it to you.
But could you get away with mailing something like that?
I'm pretty sure it's against the law.
Yeah.
But who's going to check?
Right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comedy. Today's featured episode is from the Shayne and I Show. I'm Greg, the host and curator of comedy. Every week, I find a funny episode that I think you will love from an independent podcast creator. The Shayne and I Show is a podcast about nothing that makes you think of something, hosted by a sarcastic metal-loving old dude and a married 30-something dog and cat owner. If you like today's episode, make sure to check out the episode descriptions for links to subscribe. We're going to get this show started after a quick word from our sponsors.
Begin.
You give me some kind of weird comment?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it? You're not going to fart this time before we start?
I said my piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we go with our funky little intro.
Let's
then,
do
huh?
it. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Shayne and I podcast. My name is Shayne.
I'm Max.
And we are back with a new edition, a new episode, if you will.
Yeah, riveting new. What do we got besides edition and episode?
I think those are the only two things.
A riveting new installment.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the podcast about nothing that makes you think of something. And there's our little intro to the show.
Yeah, that's our new little tagline.
Yeah.
The podcast about nothing that makes you think of something.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Somebody left a review.
Yeah, we should credit that person.
I did. A film by. They do reviews of 80s movies. Mm-hmm. They're a really good show, but they left the review, and I really liked the title of the review, so I just, took it.
No,
I gave him credit, though, on all the social medias like you're supposed to do.
Yeah, totally.
Gave him some shout outs.
Yeah.
So let them know that I'm using it.
Yeah, so thank you. What's their handle?
A film
again?
by.
A film by.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, a film by.
Yeah. So if you can, because I've already done it, give them a listen, give them a review on all that stuff. I mean, you, not just you, Max, but you, the audience.
Yeah. You, the audience.
Because we haven't done this in a little while. We might be a little rusty here, or we might even sound better because we have more fancy equipment.
Oh, yeah, got pop filters.
Yes. So you're not going to hear me doing heavy breathing.
Pop. Got it. Just so the pop. Am I getting pee pops?
Yeah, you're having way too much fun with it.
Okay, fine.
So we haven't, and then Max took a sabbatical, his annual trip to Arizona.
Yep, went to Arizona.
Did you do gem fair things?
Did gem fair things. I walked around. I did some rock hounding. It was real nice.
Was it hot?
No, it was kind of cold.
Really? I imagine this time of year around Arizona, because that where you usually goes in and around like Sedona and that shit in that area, or is it like Tucson?
Tucson mostly.
Really?
Like Quartzsite and then Tucson, like southern Arizona. And normally it's high 60s to mid 70s there in February. It's like perfect. It's
yeah,
perfect.
but everybody got hit with that winter fucking thing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, there was some winter fucking thing a couple of weeks ago, and it got cold.
They're still shoveling their stuff out on the East Coast.
Yeah, they ain't shoveling shit in Arizona because there's nothing to shovel.
Right.
But
it was cold for Arizona temperature.
It was chilly. I had to wear a sweatshirt in the morning.
God damn.
Yeah.
Just ruin it. You got to wear a sweatshirt in the morning. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm on vacation and I got to wear a sweatshirt in the morning.
It really ruined my trip. I had to wear a sweatshirt in the morning.
That means you actually woke up on a time where you knew it was cold in the morning.
No, I just woke up, stepped outside, and found that it was cold in the morning.
Oh, just a bummer when you're trying to go get those eggs and bacon.
Yeah, one morning it was 38 degrees.
That's actually pretty cold. That's been the average here, though.
Yeah, it was 38 degrees, and it was like after.
Listen to us bitching. Listen to us bitching about 38 degrees, and people on the East Coast are listening to us, and they're like, "Oh man, it was like negative 12 here."
Yeah, my brother lives in New York.
Yeah, and New York's been getting hit hard.
Yeah, and he was telling me, if it's a 40-degree day, people are out in their shorts jogging in the park.
Yeah, that's like summertime in New York. 40 degrees. 40 degrees is like spring weather.
Yeah.
So, we're pretty big in Wisconsin for some reason. We have a lot of people that listen to us in Wisconsin. You've been to Wisconsin a few times, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of family in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you go there in the summertime.
I haven't been in a few years, but yeah, I like it there.
They were telling me how cold it was, and I just sent them a picture of the blue sky, and they got all mad at me.
Yeah, Wisconsin is butt-ass cold in the winter.
Yeah.
Butt-ass cold.
Yeah, it's like when I lived in the mid. I tell everybody all the time, like the longest winter I've ever spent was the winter I spent in the Midwest. It was like so cold and so long, and like negative 12 with the wind chill. Goddamn wind chill factors. I don't get them.
It makes it worse.
But anyway, so we're done with all that. Max went on a trip. He's back. We're going to get to the show now. We're about like 10 minutes in. We've just talked about fucking weather.
Yeah. So you're welcome. So we talked about nothing in particular. I hope you thought.
Yeah.
Hope it made you think.
It made you think that you got to move.
That's our new motto around here. Hope we made you think.
I got to move to someplace where it's sunny.
Yep.
Maybe California.
I mean,
because I don't think Texas is taking people anymore. I was watching a thing on YouTube where Texas is getting pretty mad at everybody, not just California, but like everybody moving to Texas.
Dude, there was so much resentment against Californians moving to Arizona. And I'm just, here I am, a Californian walking around Arizona, and you just hear people like in the background.
In the mumbles?
Fucking Californians moving here.
And they're avocado head. And...
Yeah. Speaking of avocados, I heard a rumor that there's going to be like an avocado shortage.
Really?
Yeah, because like the border was closed to avocado traffic.
Huh. Well, anyway, so there's that.
No, this is
don't move to Arizona.
Don't just shrug that off. This is serious. Avocados are delightful. I love them.
But we grow them here in California. So how could there be a shortage?
Well, most of them come from Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Like we grow an assload here in California.
What about the whole commercial about get a California avocado?
Yeah, I don't honestly don't know why they spend the money on those commercials, because like I just get an avocado. I go to the store. If they got avocados, I know how to tell what's a good avocado.
Right.
I don't check to see if it's a California avocado. I don't give half a shit where the avocado comes from, as long as it's a good avocado.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't either. I don't eat too many avocados, but it's not like I'm going to, is that it? It's like if you buy a box of raisins or something. I mean, I don't know why somebody would just be like, I just feel like eating raisins right now. But, it's like if you buy a box of raisins, are you really looking for raisins that say California raisins on them? I mean, is it that big of a deal?
No.
Right.
Even though, like, most raisins are California raisins, but that's just because we grow the grapes.
Right.
But like fucking cheese. The commercials, happy cows come from California.
Yeah.
Good cheese comes from happy cows. Get real California cheese. I just did a whole thing. And you know what? Never once have I been at the store and been like, I'm going to make sure I'm getting real California cheese.
Dude, either have I. I've never been at the store where I'm like, oh yeah, real California cheese sounds really good right now. You know what I really need is some real California fucking Munster cheese with some fucking cow tongue sandwich.
Yeah, well, yeah, I also have never said that.
Either have I. But, it brings me to something else. But I keep going back and forth. We're already like, we're like 7 minutes into this thing. And I haven't even talked about our sponsor for today.
I thought we were 10 minutes into this thing 5 minutes ago.
Well, okay, we're 17 minutes in, okay?
Okay.
Call it that.
All right.
I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Maybe I'm just making up time.
I honestly know. I think you are, but I don't care.
But there's supposed to be a goddamn format, even though it's about nothing. Maybe we should have a format. I don't know.
Since when was there a format?
I don't know.
We would start this. Somebody would have an idea, and we'd.
I got an idea, but I got to give
wherever the fuck.
I got to give a shout out to our sponsor, which is Mind Grinder Coffee.
Oh yes, Mind Grinder Coffee. I'm sipping some right now.
I'm drinking some right now. www.mindgrindercoffee.com. Get yourself some. We ship anywhere in the United States. I say we because I'm part owner of the company. And you might say I started the company so I could have a sponsor for this damn podcast.
I would say it was just serendipity.
Yeah.
This is some yummy coffee.
It is really good coffee. It's $15, 16-ounce bag. Stop wasting time. Buy some. I can ship anywhere in the United States. So order some today.
Hell yeah.
That's about it on sponsorships, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we could go back to some of our fake sponsors like the Commerce and Tourism Board of Croatia.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
I had fun with it.
I did too.
But eventually...
the Croatians, they're a funny type of people.
They are. And,
they don't like it when you make fun of them.
And eventually I did just sort of run out of shit to make up about Croatia.
Yeah. It's a small country.
Smallish.
Where rich folk go
Yeah.
to vacation.
Yeah. If rich folk from Europe
Yeah.
go to Croatia.
Yeah. I was watching a thing on Dateline about this lady that was on a cruise in Croatia.
Uh-huh.
And she fell over the edge of the boat. Uh-huh. And they couldn't figure out if it was suicide or if it was murder, and it turned out to be murder.
That sounds like an episode
A
of
local
Dateline.
Croatian threw her off the boat.
Yeah, well, those Croats are known for murder.
Yeah. So here we go.
They murder as much as anyone else, I suppose.
So since you were gone, I didn't record any episodes because I don't like doing solo podcasts by myself.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just feel
fair.
weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
I've tried.
I've been guest on other podcasts during the last couple of weeks, which has been nice.
That's good.
Shout out to Colt Worthy. I did an episode on a film called what was the name of the movie that we did?
Or if you did an episode of a podcast on it, you should really know this.
I should really know that, but I'm blanking on it right now.
All right.
But it was a really good movie. And it was a surprising movie from 1968. And I was surprised by the movie because Twisted Nerve, that's the name of the movie, 1968.
Never heard of it. Gonna have to watch it.
On YouTube. Do it. It's so far ahead of its time. It blew me away.
Nice.
So there you go.
All right.
Anyway, so we did, while you were gone, I took care of some marketing stuff. Like I fixed our social media stuff. Like, I'm not a guru or anything, but I figured we needed an update.
Yeah, we got a great new graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I updated our about section, and there's this thing that people do called promo swaps, right? Mm-hmm. And I did a couple promo swaps with a couple shows, and one of them being the show called Insomniac Snack.
Nice.
So they did a thing, and they did a lead-in to our trailer where they were talking about Zippies.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Zippy is?
Okay. No. I know what a Zoomie is.
What's a Zoomie?
Okay, so Zoomie is like when your dog gets real excited and zooms around the room, just sprinting back and forth. That's a Zoomie.
Okay. Yeah, a Zippy is kind of a different thing, dude.
All right. Tell me what a Zippy is.
A Zippy is where a guy goes to a girl's house.
Mm-hmm. So far,
But you have to have a zip bag with you, a Ziploc bag.
A Ziploc bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy goes over to a girl's house, walks into the girl's living room, bedroom, or whatever, jerks off, has to nut into said zippy bag, and then leave with said zippy bag.
Just leave with a bag of his own. So does the girl watch this?
She can. Or she could just be, willy-nilly walking around the kitchen, cleaning, washing dishes or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I've never done it before. I mean, I've done some freaky shit.
Yeah.
But I've never done something like this.
I'm assuming, ideally, the gentleman is invited into the house.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
He doesn't just sort of sneak in.
No, it's like consensual. It's a consensual jerk off in front of girl kind of thing.
Okay.
So, except there's no touching. There's no you can't just nut on her floor. You got to nut into the zippy bag.
Well, I think that's just courteous. You can't go to somebody's house and just leave your nut on their floor.
I don't know. I guess I've never done anything like that. So
yeah,
I've never gone to a girl's house and just had a need to go and masturbate in the bathroom or something.
No, me too. I mean, I'm sure I've left some leavings behind here and there.
Right. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But so, and it was hilarious the way they told the story. And I told them I was going to put it on this podcast episode. And I actually was thinking about a couple things. And I was like, number one, why would somebody want to do that? Right?
Everybody's got a thing.
Yeah. But I mean, say you go, I could see if it's the girl's into it too. And she's getting herself off while you're getting yourself off. That would be cool. But if the girl's just walking around, cleaning your house while you're just standing in the doorway. That's what I picture.
See,
like you're just like standing in the doorway real quick, like 5 minutes or whatever. Boom, 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 done. Okay, bye.
I kind of get this though, because like it's a power thing
Right.
for the girl. Like,
Right.
come here, let me watch you nut.
Right.
All right, now,
See, maybe that's
take your nut and go.
Yeah. Now take your nut and leave.
Yeah.
That brings up my second part of this question here.
All right.
What do you do with the nut bag?
Whatever you want, really.
I mean,
You know what? No, I take that back.
Right.
Because there's some really inconsiderate and gross things you can do with that.
like, do I just throw it in the recycling container?
No. They
Right.
sort that shit at the recycling center. You don't want to leave that for somebody else to handle.
Exactly.
Okay. But
Do you keep it in the Ziploc bag all the way in your car until you get home and then flush it down the toilet? Because that would just be weird. Like, say you got to stop somewhere and you walk in to like the grocery store to pick up something. You walk back out and somebody's like looking at this bag of nut just sitting in your passenger seat or whatever.
will somebody just let themselves into your car to
No, they're
examine
walking
some
by. They're
Ziploc
like,
bag?
you know how sometimes you walk by somebody's car and you see some weird shit in somebody's car and you're like, did I just see that? Or did I think I just saw that?
Honestly, if I saw a bag of nut in somebody's car, I would like, if I saw that, I would just be like, what's the stuff in the bag? You know what? I don't even care. I got a life to live here.
That's probably what most people would think. But for the goddamn sake of podcasting.
For the sake of podcast, imagine
And having a story.
Yeah, and having a story. Imagine just a horde of looky-loos.
Looky-loos.
Yeah, just peering into your car, you know, mouths wide open, aghast.
Can't believe you got a bag of nuts sitting in your passenger seat.
This man over here.
The guy getting his California cheese and his California avocado and his fancy California beef tongue.
Don't forget the California raisins.
The California raisins.
That man's got a bag of his own, and they know it's his nut. That guy's got a bag of his own nut just chilling on the passenger seat.
What a fucking weirdo.
I would keep it on the dashboard. That's where I would
just
put
for fun.
Yeah.
What if you forgot that it was on the dashboard and you left it there and the next day it was all hot and sunny and the sun was right on your car? What would happen to said nut then?
I think it would bake. I think the nut would bake, and it would turn into like a cookie, like some kind of like a brittle, like, you know, peanut brittle. It would be some kind of nut brittle.
Some kind of nut brittle. So if you gave that nut brittle to some girl and you're like, here's a way you can get pregnant with this. You want some nut brittle?
That's kind of a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah.
Just give it to a buddy. Hey, you're just there. Your buddy gets in your car. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm kind of hungry. You got a snack?" Yeah, I got some nut brittle here.
I guess, don't even call it that. You know what? My girlfriend made this the other day. It's a secret recipe. Try it.
Yeah. You know, I went over to this girl's house the other day, and you know, I got to leave with this. You know, give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Tell me what you think.
So you don't throw it into the garbage.
Salty.
Yeah. So you don't throw it into the garbage, right?
Okay.
We're not going to throw it into the recycling.
All right. Yeah.
Are you going to flush it when you get home?
Honestly.
What the fuck do you do with the bag?
Okay, here's what I would do. I'll tell you what I would do.
All right.
With the bag. I would throw it in the garbage.
Just let the garbage man deal with it?
But the garbage man doesn't go through the garbage.
Not like the old days. No, they used to.
Did they really?
Yeah, they used to sit on the end of the garbage and they used to throw it over. They used to have to sort it when they put it in the truck. Now it's just an automatic thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before that machine took that guy's job, there was a guy that was on the end of the truck and a driver.
Well, thank God for modern technology that the garbage man no longer has to handle
nut.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I was wondering this question, right? And I figure if we had anybody in the world that had maybe done something like this, who do you think I would ask about this?
Oh, Mr. Jones.
You know it.
Papermate Jones.
Papermate Jones the fourth.
Yeah.
So I hadn't talked to him in a while, and the last number he gave me, because he's a mysterious dude.
He is.
You know what I mean? Like the last he was living in like Flint, Michigan or something, but he didn't like the whole water situation in Flint, and then he moved.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. And then he moved, and I don't know where he moved to because he stopped emailing. So I was hoping his email still worked.
Yeah, well, maybe move somewhere without internet, like North Korea.
Maybe.
I bet they don't have furry parties in North Korea.
You know what I bet?
What?
Here's another thought. Is because Koreans are into some weird shit in their vending machines. Like, you could go to Korea.
Those are South Koreans.
Okay, but you could go to South Korea. We're going to say this. You could go to South Korea and you could get, like, girls' panties in vending machines.
You could do that in Japan, too.
Like, used girls' panties.
Okay.
Anyway, do you think you could put zippies in a vending machine in South Korea and make some money that way?
I think that's like a health hazard.
Just trying to think entrepreneurially. Like, how are you going to cash in on this? Because that chick on the internet that was bottling up her farts was making some cash on her farts.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly how you cash in on it. Get an OnlyFans.
There you go.
Yeah, and you tell people, I'm
going to come over to your house.
Well, no, but you just be like, hey, I'll video myself doing a zippy just for you. I'll make direct eye contact with the camera while I'm doing it. And then I'll take said zippy and
I'll mail it to you.
I'll mail it to you. Yeah.
But could you get away with mailing something like that?
I'm pretty sure it's against the law.
Yeah.
But who's going to check?
Right. So anyway.
No, really, who's going to check?
I don't
imagine
know.
being the postal inspector.
And being like,
I heard a rumor that somebody is mailing their nut. So I'm going to have to go through this.
And do an investigation.
Do a little investigation.
Because it shouldn't be, we're the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah, not just that, but you would have to open the package,
right.
Find the Ziploc bag,
right.
But then you would have to actually prove that it's nut and not like, I don't know, frosting.
So anyway, I emailed good old Papermate Jones the 4th.
All right.
Not to be confused with Papermate Jones the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd.
Correct.
He is the 4th.
He is the 4th.
He is a kinky bastard.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't?
Right.
In their own special
But
way.
I mean, he does all that stuff like furries. He likes to cake fart. He's into all that shit. Huh?
Yeah, he ended up actually doing the furry thing?
He actually ended up going.
All right, cool.
He got really into it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
and then he got really into cosplaying.
All right.
Like role play, cosplaying in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like he dressed up as some superhero and his girlfriend dressed up as something and, or he dressed up as a villain. He had fun.
Yeah.
Needless to say. He's opening up his horizons and he's become a kinky bastard.
Cool.
Good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Because he was kind of sheltered there for a while.
Yeah. More power to you, Papermate.
And it's good to see Papermate coming out into his own.
Yeah, coming out of his shell.
Sexually.
Yeah. Just coming all over the place.
All the way. So I figure if anybody had done this before, it would be Papermate Jones.
All right.
And so I emailed him and I was like, yo, sup. Because that's how I email people.
Yeah, sup.
Sup. Been a while?
Been a while.
I was wondering if you ever pulled a zippy. Or if you know what a zippy is.
Yo, Papermate, been a while. You ever pull a zippy?
Yeah, that was kind of the email.
All right.
And so I sent it off and I was like, okay, maybe he'll... Dude, he got back to me like the next day.
Ooh, prompt.
Yeah. And he was like, well, to tell you the truth, I've done it a few times. It's pretty big here where I live now. And I was like...
And where is that?
I was like, yeah, exactly. Where do you live now? And he wouldn't tell me. But he's like, it's pretty big because it's cold. So he lives someplace cold.
Oh, so that's just like, what, half the world?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But he says he's done it a few times. Like there's ads on these adult sites where women want you to come over to their house and they want to watch you jerk off, but you got to take the bag when you leave. So I asked him, I'm like, what do you do with the bag when you leave? And he's like, oh, I just flush that shit down the toilet after I'm done.
All right. And he reuses the bag?
No, he takes the bag with him and then throws the bag in the garbage can.
Well, why would he bother flushing it down the toilet?
He takes the semen and flushes the semen down the toilet.
Yeah. And then he takes the bag and throws it in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Why not just throw the whole thing in the garbage can?
I don't know. That's just what he does.
All right. Maybe that's part of his kink.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know.
Right.
But he says he had fun with it.
All right.
And he's done it a few times.
I mean, he got off.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And he said one time in particular was kind of weird because like we were talking about earlier, he went to the girl's house and the girl was like, it was like a 2-story house and the girl let him in like automatic doors, and yeah, there was like automatic doors, so the doors open automatically when you got to the front porch.
All right.
And there was a note on the side of the wall that said, "Do not come any further."
Yeah. Zip away.
Yeah, and the girl wasn't even in the vicinity, like in the downstairs area. She was like upstairs in the master bedroom on one of those intercom things,
All right.
telling them what to do.
All right.
And he was like, "Dude, it was so weird. I couldn't it took me a minute." But she was like, you could watch porn on your phone, whatever you got to do to get yourself off. I just want to watch from up here. And he's like, I didn't see any cameras anymore. I don't know how she's gonna watch.
Hidden cameras, maybe a hole in the floor,
Right.
maybe some kind of periscope apparatus.
So he took care of business. He did his thing, and the whole time she was like instructing him on how to do it from the master bedroom on the intercom.
All right.
Like, no, you're going too fast. Slow down.
Slow it down. Nice and slow for me, baby.
Yeah,
All right.
nice and slow. You're going too fast.
Yeah.
Don't come yet. And he was like, I can't control it anymore.
This
and
is
he let it go.
Zippy. I'll come if I want to.
He let it go, and he didn't have the back in his hand, and it went all over her floor.
That's just bad etiquette.
And she was like, "Did you make it in the bag?" Because she didn't see, I guess, or something like that. He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, so I said, "Yeah," and I zipped up my pants real quick, and I bolted out of there without telling her that it was all over her floor.
All right.
So he goes home, and he gets a call from her, a text from her saying that she wasn't too thrilled about walking downstairs and seeing his,
Did she slip on it like a banana peel?
No, she just saw it before anybody. She's like, "You're lucky my kids didn't come home."
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So she was able to clean it up real quick.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I think her kids are lucky they didn't come home.
I think her kids are too. But yeah, good old Papermate Jones. He's done it.
All right. So, all right. That's the Zippy affair.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's what a Zippy is.
that's what a zippy is.
You just go jack off in a fucking Ziploc bag and
Right.
then take it with you.
Yeah. It just seems weird to me.
No, me too. But like
It's something that I wouldn't be into personally.
no, me neither. But it's like cake farting.
Yeah.
Like I could see myself getting into some kinky. Like I could see myself getting into a furry party. Just go there, have like anonymous sex, like an animal.
Oh yeah, I could too.
Yeah. And then go. But like cake farting, zippies. There's some stuff that I just don't quite see the appeal.
Yeah.
I think zippies is like a power thing.
I think it's a power thing too.
Yeah.
I think it's like it leads into women being more dominant
Yeah.
sexually.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but that's just not my thing.
I mean,
I like being the dominant one.
okay, I can get into an assertive woman, but I just don't see the appeal of jacking off into a Ziploc bag.
Either do I.
I guess that's the bit that's sort of...
Either do I.
Yeah.
So moving on. I think we're going to move on.
All right.
Because we've talked about that. I think
We spent a lot of time talking about this zippy situation.
And there was one other thing I wanted to talk about today too. Thing that bothers me, and it's my pet peeve. And I really hope when I get old, they change some laws when I'm old. Like when I'm like 80, 85 years old.
All right.
Okay. Why is it every time you go to the grocery store?
Wait, first. I feel like it was an abrupt yet subtle transition from the zippy topic to the next one.
Right.
I feel like we should like put something in there well, I guess this counts.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
I already said moving on.
I guess I just wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, I said we're kind of done with that. It's time to move on.
Oh, I think I was still distracted by the zippies.
Maybe. Do you need to talk about it some more?
No, I really don't. Nope.
Okay, you good?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you ever go to the grocery store and realize that the only people that ever really need help at self-checkout are like really old people?
Kind of.
Like the lights blinking on and off and they're just kind of standing there and they don't know what to do?
Yeah. Or people who are trying to buy alcohol at the self-checkout for the first time.
But mostly I've noticed lately, and it's not like old, like you're 60. I'm talking old.
Yeah.
like 85, 90 years old.
Yeah. And they're trying to expand their horizons.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
Yeah, but
Gonna try
the
the
little
self-checkout.
beeping light thing fucking freaks them out. I mean, it would freak me out if I was old because it makes a noise when you make the mistake and you like, and all of a sudden it goes ask for help, and it would be like ask for help, bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, it's almost like a dunce cap.
Yeah.
It's like there to shame you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it would freak me out, dude, if I was old.
All right.
So you can see them standing around, but it's always an old person that gets fucking confused by the blinking light that doesn't know how to ask for help, and it's just like walking around. All of a sudden, they're walking around in circles. So I'm saying when I'm old, when I'm that age, I hope they change some stuff. Like they start taking stuff away, like you can't do anymore. Like you probably shouldn't be going to the grocery store anymore if you can't figure out where the frozen vegetables are anymore, or where the fucking milk is. Like you probably shouldn't be going to the grocery store.
No, that's true. If you have dementia, you probably should not be
Right.
going places unaccompanied.
Right. So I would hire somebody to go to the grocery store for me.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Seems logical.
Or do like the the people, they go around on wheels and deliver meals.
Yeah, Instacart. But I think if I'm like, but see now that that's out, by the time I get 85, they'll probably have like a voice activated thing where I could just be like,
They'll probably have robots,
bring me
man.
some milk.
Yeah, they'll have fucking robots and shit.
But if you're like 80 now, you probably don't know how to do Instacart,
Right.
right?
You don't know how to do robots.
Which is probably why you still go to the grocery store, which is probably why you still get in your car. This is all leading somewhere, which is probably why you still get in your car to drive to said grocery store,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
When I'm 80, 85 years old, fucking take my license from me.
What if you're still a good driver?
It doesn't matter. I know probably when I'm 80, 85 years old, I'm going to be one of those people that thinks I'm a good driver, but I'm going to be doing 40 miles an hour in the fast lane.
You know, I'm 36 years old. I'm starting to slip as a driver.
Right.
Yeah. I get it.
Right. So just like, just please take away that license from me. I mean, I wouldn't care taking an Uber, right? But I just don't understand how when you're 80, 85 years old and you think you can still drive and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Even if you have your wits about you, I think it's a better idea that you call an Uber,
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
call your grandkids.
Totally.
That's what they're good for.
Yeah, that's what they're good for.
The grandkids are good for picking your ass up and taking you to the grocery store.
Yeah. Unless they're a bunch of ungrateful punks that
And
just
unless
wanna-
you're a grumpy old person and they don't want to be around you either.
Yeah, but then that's your bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I was just thinking about that.
So
Because I was at the grocery store and I was looking at this lady. And you know what she needed help with?
what?
She couldn't ring up an avocado.
Well, you gotta they don't have barcodes on them.
I
So
know.
you gotta go in and look up
She didn't know how to do any of that.
She didn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the light's blinking on and off. She's getting freaked out. People are coming up to her asking her if she's okay. The attendant now, this is on the attendant, because the attendant is fucking over at the in-store Starbucks just hanging out.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we could go on a rant about.
Yeah.
In-store Starbucks.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say, like, if you're on the clock, do your fucking job.
Right. Right. But do you think in-store Starbucks, they hire all the people they don't want to put in a real Starbucks store, they put at the in-store ones, like the ones at Safeway, the ones in Target? Like the guys that are like they didn't do too hot in fucking coffee school, right? But they did enough to where they can make an okay latte.
I mean, maybe. I think, like, I used to work at a Starbucks before I got fired and put on the no hire list.
Right. But you did the same thing at a Pete's, right?
Yeah, I used to work at a Pete's before I got fired and put on the no hire list.
So do they are the in-store ones different from the actual Starbucks stores, or are they the same thing?
No, they're different.
Is that why the people they hire are like way worse than a regular barista?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So yeah, man. I think we're gonna wrap things up.
Well, first I want to recap
Right.
and maybe cast a bit of shade or possibly even shame on you. So I'm going to do this.
Why are you going to cast the shame on me?
Because I enjoy it. It's fun for me.
Why am I getting shamed on, though? I didn't do anything shameful in this
I know,
episode.
but I'm just a complete dick.
I didn't stick my foot in my mouth.
I feel like if I can't shame you at least once an episode, I'm not doing my
yeah.
job.
I mean, what kind of episode is it?
Yeah. So basically, to recap, you were in the grocery store, saw an old lady struggling, and thought to yourself, I really hope they codify age discrimination in law.
See, you got to take it there.
Yeah.
Why you got to take it there?
I always try to take it there. It's my job to cast you, my noble friend, as some kind
villain?
as some kind of villain.
As some kind of asshole? I'm not an
every
asshole, though.
episode.
I'm probably not the only one that's thought this way.
No, I mean don't get me wrong. Like, I'm on board with you. I feel like once you've hit a certain age, don't try to learn new tricks.
Right.
You're just gonna get in people's way.
Yeah.
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 That said, it makes it harder for me to make fun of you and publicly shame you. If I admit to
I
that.
see where you're coming from.
Yeah. And I take so much joy in publicly shaming you because I am myself somewhat of a rat bastard.
Here's the thing.
Tell me the thing. And then
Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm an asshole on this one.
Tell me the thing, and then watch me twist it to make you seem like
Right. But what if I just
Hitler-esque.
tell you that I'm the asshole on this one?
That takes the wind out of my sails.
Exactly.
You dick. How dare you take the wind out of my sails? You did that just to spite me. See, I could still pull it off. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
I
world.
think they should they should pass a law where if you start hitting it, but if they do that, it needs to weigh out to where your benefits are better. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you can't drive anymore, but you get like,
You can get a ride.
you get like, for the time that you don't use your car, you get a free ride, but you also get more Social Security card for the amount of money that you'd spend on a mechanic or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, if anything, I think you would need less for the amount that you would spend on a mechanic.
Right, but we're trying to make it to where it's not a discriminative law.
Yeah, so you give them a free ride, and they're saving money on mechanics and gas.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there was something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember. You know what I really don't understand in this world?
Tell me.
And it's just fucking baffling to me. And it's not just baffling to me. I think it's baffling to everybody
All right, tell me.
in America,
All right, tell me.
around the world.
Tell me.
Pete Davidson.
Oh no, yeah, no, I don't get that at all.
Right?
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. I look, I've gone on a whole thing about Pete Davidson previously, back when we were doing our YouTube days,
Right.
because I was mad at Pete Davidson.
I know. I remember.
Yeah, because
What were you mad at it about?
okay, here's what happened. I have, like, every now and then you get a celebrity crush on somebody,
Right.
And so mine at the time was Ariana Grande.
Right.
She's a very pretty girl.
Oh, yeah. He broke her heart.
No, fuck that. He got engaged to her.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's why you're all mad.
Yeah, and I looked at Pete Davidson, and I looked at myself, and I said,
What's he got that?
what's he got that I don't? And so I got a little pissed off about that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now.
Yeah,
I remember.
Anyway, yeah, that's about it. But yeah, seriously, what's he got that I don't?
I know, exactly. It's like every chick is like some hot chick. It's like, dude, and the guy looks like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, dude. If they do a reboot of Beetlejuice, you know how they're going reboot crazy.
Yeah.
I think Pete Davidson would make a good.
And you could do
Beetlejuice.
it without a lot of makeup.
That said, I think maybe Jared Leto would make a better Beetlejuice.
Yeah, because he gets all into character.
Yeah, or we could just bring back.
But Jared Leto isn't just willy-nilly going around banging every hot actress.
I know, like, what the fuck,
Like, it's either he's really fucking funny and chicks really dig a funny, sensitive dude like everybody says they do, or he's got a really big schlong.
You know what I think it is? You know how some people just have like they just have like there's just like something about them
Right.
that makes
charisma?
people, yeah, not even necessarily charisma, maybe some kind of weird like chemical pheromone thing or something, but it just makes people want to fuck him
Yeah.
for no apparent reason.
Right. Do you just think do you think, because I mean, most of his relationships you can see are like, they end at some point. Like his engagement ended.
Most relationships.
He hasn't
in
been
general
married.
end.
Do you think he's just kind of like an overzealous fuckboy, or is he like? You think he's gonna like get engaged to Kim Kardashian? And
Oh, that's his new thing.
yeah,
huh?
see, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that
And now
either.
Kanye, your boy Kanye, is like making death threats to him, and
Well, yeah, don't. I wouldn't fuck around with Kanye's ex.
yeah,
I just wouldn't do
Right?
that. I don't want to get anywhere near that whole
right.
thing.
Because next thing you know, you wind up at his farm in Wisconsin getting fucking tortured.
Yeah. But that said, I mean, it's a good career move.
Right?
Hooking up with the Kardashian?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
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 But I mean, it's gonna end, and it's probably gonna end bad for him.
I mean, maybe. I'm over my resentment about the
Right.
Ariana Grande thing.
Yeah, but see, I don't have I'm trying to figure out what the deal is. Like, why do chicks like dig this guy? Because I know normal women, like that aren't actresses,
Yeah.
that look at him and they're like, "Oh, he's disgusting."
Yeah. I think he's like one of those guys, like you meet him in person.
Right.
Like if you saw a picture of him, you're like, ugh.
But he has that thing when you meet him in
But
person.
You meet him in person and he's got some kind of like a pull.
Yeah.
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 You know, we all know guys like that.
Right.
Like, I mean, everybody's got a friend who's like, you look at him and you're like, I mean, I don't get it, nothing special, but he's fucking pulling chicks left and right.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Dude, I had a
how the
friend.
fuck is this guy doing that?
I had a friend that wouldn't take showers, and he would like go on personal records about not taking showers. At one point, he was like 3 weeks without taking showers, and he was banging like the hottest chicks you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, the guy doesn't take showers.
Some people just got that. They just got that. There's something about him. I think he knew it was like a pheromone thing, and that's why he wasn't taking showers.
Right.
He didn't want to wash off the sex pheromones.
Probably.
The longer he went without showering, the more
The more
sexy,
the more sexy he
pheromones
was.
Yeah.
It makes sense because the chicks, I mean, like these were like nice, clean girls. And I'm like, and I would talk to him. I'm like, you know, he doesn't take a shower, right? She's like, one of the girls was like, oh yeah, that's what's so sexy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Never once has a girl been like, oh, Max, you haven't taken a shower in a few days. That's so sexy.
Yeah, it's never happened to me.
That. Yeah.
It's never happened to me.
Never.
So, all right, I think at that note, that's a high note. I think we're going to end this episode on a high note,
Yeah. Why not?
right?
Yeah. I mean, we've hit a few topics.
Yeah.
And, I just want to say, for the record, Pete, if you're listening,
We don't hate you.
no, I wish you the best.
Just want to understand you.
Yeah. And, maybe a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely for me, a little bit jealous.
Yeah, there's more than a touch of envy
Yeah.
behind the resentment and the complaining and all that.
Right.
Because I want to pull fit birds
Yeah.
left and right.
Yeah.
I got all Britishy there. You see.
Yeah, you did. All right. And
right.
until next time, America.
Yeah, don't shit yourself.
Don't shit yourself.
We got a new opening thing we say. Maybe
Right.
we could come up with a new closing thing we say.
What do you got?
I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I just got don't shit yourself, but I'll brainstorm it.
All right.
All right.
And until next time, everybody, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode from the Shayne and I Show, and for always listening to Comedy by Indie Drop-In. If you know of a funny, independent podcaster that you would like to hear on the show, send us a tweet at Indie Drop-In and tag that podcast, and we'll get the discussion going. Also, let me know if you like the new cold open in the intro and then the ads, or if you prefer the ads at the very beginning before the show starts. As always, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.